Listen up, you donkey. You think you're a kitchen whiz tossing those veggies around? Well, I'm here to tell you you might be murdering their goodness without even knowing it. That's right, cooking your vegetables the wrong way can destroy the very nutrients you're trying to get. Overcooking, boiling the life out of them, using the wrong bloody oil, it's a recipe for disaster. In this video, we're going to break down the 12 most common ways you're destroying your vegetables and how to cook them right. You hear me? First up, overcooking. It's the cardinal sin of the vegetable world. You leave those poor carrots on the stove for too long, and they turn into mushy, flavorless garbage. And it's not just the taste that suffers, you're killing off all the vitamins and minerals too. Each vegetable has its own sweet spot, so get to know them. Asparagus wants just a quick sear, while broccoli can handle a bit more time. Don't be afraid to pull them off the heat when they still have a bit of bite. Remember, crisp and vibrant, not limp and lifeless. Next up, we're tackling the waterworks. Boiling vegetables in a giant pot of water might seem harmless, but it's like throwing your vitamins down the drain. Those precious nutrients, they're water-soluble, which means they'll happily dissolve right into that boiling water, leaving your vegetables as useful as a rubber chicken. Instead, try steaming, roasting or sautéing your vegetables with a minimal amount of liquid. You'll lock in the flavor and nutrients, leaving you with a dish that's healthy and delicious. Listen, I'm not running a sauna here. When you're cooking your vegetables, especially on the stovetop, use a bloody lid. Think of it as a bouncer for your nutrients, keeping them from sneaking out with the steam. That steam, my friends, carries away valuable vitamins and minerals, leaving your vegetables depleted and sad. So do your vegetables a favor and keep a lid on things. It's a simple step that makes a world of difference. Chapter 4. Cool it down. Now let's talk about heat. I love a fiery temper as much as the next chef, but when it comes to vegetables, a gentler touch is required. Blasting your vegetables with insanely high heat might seem like a quick fix, but it's like throwing them into a furnace. Those delicate nutrients, they can't handle the pressure and start to break down, leaving you with a less nutritious meal. So turn down the heat, you maniac. Low and slow is the way to go for maximum flavor and nutrition. Chapter 5. Oil slick. Now let's talk about oil, the lubricant of the culinary world. Not all oils are created equal, especially when it comes to cooking vegetables. You need an oil with a high smoke point, something that can withstand the heat without breaking down and releasing harmful compounds. Olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil. These are your allies in the battle against bland vegetables. So ditch the cheap stuff and invest in some quality oil. Your vegetables will thank you for it. Chapter 6. Prep time. Panic! Don't think you can just chop those vegetables willy-nilly and expect them to retain all their goodness. Proper preparation is crucial, you hear me? Cutting your vegetables too far in advance exposes them to air and light, which can degrade those precious nutrients. And don't even get me started on those pre-cut vegetables from the supermarket. They've been sitting there for who knows how long, losing nutrients by the minute. So, do yourself a favor and prep your vegetables right before cooking. It's a small effort that makes a big difference. Chapter 7. Peel it back. Listen, I'm all for efficiency in the kitchen, but peeling every single vegetable is just plain lazy. Those skins, they're not just there for decoration, you know. They're packed with fiber, vitamins and antioxidants, all the good stuff that your body craves. So unless the recipe specifically calls for peeled vegetables, leave those skins on. Carrots, potatoes, cucumbers, they can all handle a bit of rough love. Embrace the texture, enjoy the nutrients, and save yourself some time. Chapter 8. Fresh is best. Now let's talk about freshness. I'm not talking about those sad, wilted vegetables that have been languishing in your fridge for weeks. I'm talking about fresh, vibrant vegetables that are bursting with flavor and nutrients. The longer vegetables sit around, the more their nutrient content declines. So do yourself a favor and buy the freshest vegetables you can find. Head to your local farmer's market, grow your own, or choose the freshest looking options at the supermarket. Your taste buds and your body will thank you for it. Chapter 9. Microwave Mayhem. Now, let's talk about the microwave. It's a useful tool, I'll grant you that, but it's not a magic wand that can cook anything perfectly. Microwaving vegetables without any added water is a recipe for disaster. You'll end up with dry, rubbery vegetables that are about as appetizing as a mouthful of sawdust. So, do yourself a favor and add a splash of water or broth to your vegetables before microwaving. It'll help them cook evenly and retain their moisture, resulting in a much more palatable dish. Chapter 10. Blanch before you freeze. Freezing vegetables can be a great way to preserve them, but you can't just toss them in the freezer willy-nilly. Blanching your vegetables before freezing helps to preserve their color, flavor, and nutrients. It's a simple process that involves briefly submerging the vegetables in boiling water and then immediately shocking them in ice water. This stops the cooking process and helps to maintain their quality. So next time you're freezing vegetables, don't skip the blanching step. Your future self will thank you for it. Chapter 11. Non-stick nightmare. Now let's talk about cookware. Non-stick pans might seem like a godsend, but they can be a nightmare for your vegetables. They heat up quickly and unevenly, which can lead to hot spots that burn your vegetables and destroy their nutrients. Instead, opt for stainless steel or cast iron cookware. They distribute heat more evenly and can withstand higher temperatures, resulting in perfectly cooked vegetables every time. Chapter 12. Reheating. Ruins. Finally, let's talk about reheating. I know, sometimes leftovers are unavoidable, but reheating vegetables multiple times is like putting them through the ringer. Each time you reheat them, you're further degrading their nutrients and diminishing their flavor. So, if you must reheat vegetables, do it once and only once, and try to reheat them gently, using a low heat setting or the microwave. Outro, there you have it, you lot. The 12 most common ways you're ruining your vegetables. From overcooking to reheating, these mistakes can turn your healthy meal into a nutritional wasteland. But don't despair. By following these simple tips, you can cook your vegetables like a pro, preserving their flavor, texture, and most importantly, their nutrients. Remember, cooking vegetables shouldn't be a chore. It should be a celebration of their natural goodness. Now, I want to hear from you. What are your biggest vegetable cooking challenges? Share your tips and tricks in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more culinary wisdom. Next time, we'll be tackling the art of cooking the perfect steak. You don't want to miss it.